All right, this is where I'm at. I got the car to run. After getting the ECU all hooked up to the fuel injection, but it ran really bad. So I did some troubleshooting and testing things out and determined that the fuel injectors were not running right. So I went ahead and ordered a full set of fuel injectors and a fuel filter. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to put these on and see how it runs after that. So looking at the old injector, looks like I'm going to need a couple parts off of it. Looks like this guy and then this adapter here is going to have to be transferred over to the, well, these aren't new injectors. These are actually refurbs. So I'm going to have to transfer those over to there. Looks like I lost the rubber seal in the car, so I'll have to go check that and get that out of there. So first thing I'm going to do is pull this off and transfer it over to this side, and then I'll go look for that rubber seal. It comes with the tube up here to hook to the fuel rail, so that's good because these things get dried out and cracked. So otherwise, that should be all I have to do is just transfer that and pop it back onto the fuel rail and bolt it in. Okay, looks like that part just slides right off, and there's a rubber seal here. And I'm hoping all those rubber seals are good because those didn't come with them. It doesn't look like. Just double checking the bag there, nothing there. Nothing in the box. So yeah, that rubber seal is separate. So I'm hoping those are all good. That one looks okay. Looking in the other box here, and sure enough, yeah, nothing in this one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to carefully remove this other seal and without breaking it and transfer it over to the other one. I hope. Yeah, that's coming off okay. So as we go through these, I'll find out if the rest of these are okay. If not, I'm gonna have to go find some place to replace those. Let's set that one aside. This goes on first. Slide it all the way up. Rubber seal. This has a little lip on it. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little lip on the top half. So I'm going to put that towards the top. Okay, that's on. And then this guy goes on like so. And this actually has, it's open this side, so that slides right into that rubber seal. And then the two bolts will go in that way. This will hook to the fuel rail. Should be good to go. And that was cylinder number 1 that I was working on. I grabbed my pick here, and I'm gonna grab that other rubber seal at the bottom that didn't come out. It's kind of stuck in the hole there. So I got that out without dropping it. That's out. Now we got a place to put that. And I'm gonna come in from this angle. And I'm gonna start by kind of just setting it where it belongs, and then I'm gonna seat it onto the fuel rail first by pushing up if I can here. And it's slow going, but it's going. Okay. Okay, that's all the way up there. I'm gonna slide this guy up now. There we go. And then clock that where I can get my screwdriver to it. Tighten it down. All right, that one's ready to be seated into there. I'm gonna wait on that until I can seat the entire fuel rail. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of them and then we'll seat the fuel rail. Okay, a little bit frustrating because this one did come with that rubber boot that goes in the middle there. The other one, I double checked the box, I double checked the bag, and it did not come with that. So I'm assuming that one just got missed, and luckily I was able to salvage the other one. So here we go. I'll put this one together. All right, I got all the injectors onto the fuel rail. There's one under that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the fuel rail, kind of seat it in there, and clock all those so that they are facing the right direction, and we can put those screws in. We'll seat all that, and then got to tighten up, button up a few things after that, and we should be good to test it. Okay, I got all these in there, and you can see I got the screws so they're tightened in. I turned on the fuel pump and checked for leaks. I didn't see any leaks, didn't smell any fuel. And then came over here and replaced the fuel filter. It's recommended to do that anytime you replace the injectors, just because you don't want to ruin the injectors. So with dirty fuel. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug back in the wires there for the, what do you call them? The ignition wires. The spark plug wires. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the spark plug wires, and then once I get those in, I'm going to put this, I had to take a little bracket off here, so that was a pulley as well, so I'm gonna put that back on, and we should be good to test. And you'll notice when I pulled those off, I labeled them all, so it's easier to just look at it, pop the tape off, and put it back where it belongs. All right, I'm gonna go through the setup wizard. Been through it before, but I want to reconfigure it because I was running like crap, and so I want to kind of start from a base. So just confirm the first parameter there, and then we're just going to say it's 6-cylinder. This is a 171 cubic inch. I'm going to set this for about 800 RPM. I'm going to leave it the red line at 6,000 for right now. Fuel pressure, I think, was like 28 psi on this fuel pump. So I'm going to just say that's good. We'll say other for the EFI throttle body. So that's all. That's your option on this, on the 280ZX and the Z's. Let's see. This is what bugs me. It says high impedance injectors only, but the 280Zs only have low impedance injectors, so I'm wondering if that's part of my issue. Number of injectors is 6. So we did that, and then injector rating, I gotta recall what this is, but this is at 28. I wanna say, I'm gonna have to look this one up. I can't recall what that one is right off the bat. Hang tight. Okay, looking it up, that should be 18 at 36 PSI, which I also went back and changed this to 36 PSI because I was mistaken on that. So we want 6 cylinders, 18 pounds per hour at 36 PSI. Okay, and then we want to calibrate this, so I'm going to go ahead and calibrate. And now it says push it all the way down and hit calibrate. So I'm pushing my throttle all the way down. Now I can release that, hit next. Now we're gonna go ahead and fire the car back up. Let's see what happens. Oh, my battery is dead. Dang it. All right, got her running. I'm out here driving on the little back road. I'm not ready to take it out on the main roads yet. Oh, that sounds like shit. That's the exhaust. Unfortunately, we do need a new exhaust. But here it goes. It's dropping to idle pretty good. I'm going to take this corner. But it's night and day compared to how it was running. It was running very rough. I can tell misfires. Now it feels like it's firing on all cylinders. Oop, got a little stutter when I gave it gas. So it's still learning the ECU has to learn how to adjust the fuel, so we may have to make some adjustments in the fuel. Here we go, in my driveway. Always good when you make it home test driving. Didn't have to call my wife, hey, come get me. Difference.